Hey everyone, it's Shay Seeking, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today, we're going to go ahead and talk about. Now, I have a lot of other things that's way more important than this going on, but I just thought maybe I can kind of help somebody kind of see what's going on when it's coming to silly things, um, such as this whole incident with this little mermaid. Now, I used to watch The Little Mermaid. I've watched it over and over again. There were some things that came up a couple of years ago um, that made me, uh, that helped me see some of the things that are going on in the subconscious of the people, the subconscious mind of the people. I got to really tap into a little bit of the, some would say, witchcraft that is used when it comes to these entertainers in Holy or Hollywood. I have gone through extensive research as far as I can kind of see in the ways that I'm looking at Hollywood. I'm looking at pedophilia. I'm looking at transgenders hidden it within your A-lister Hollywood folks, okay? A lot of people don't want to hear anything about this because most of these people in the world, especially here in America, worship these idols. They worship them. They can't get enough of television. They cannot get enough of that mainstream news and propaganda. They can't get enough of the real housewives or celebrities. Cella. I'm trying to figure out a word for them. Celebrities, okay? Because they sell lies to you all the time. I know that one didn't make too much sense, but hey, give me a break. So I'm looking into this a little bit more. I'm looking into the deep mass deception in the church. I'm looking at the deep mass deception in religion. I'm looking at the deep mass deception in the ancient history of the Americas and the copper colored or brown colored American Indians slash Negroes that were already here prior to 1492. I'm just looking at a whole world of deception. I'm looking at the fact that we battling each other over skin color when it's really an issue with the have and the have-nots. You, bottom feeders, sheeple, people, the ones that attend all of these indoctrination stations such as your public school system. Okay, we go to these hospitals and we hope that somebody's there to take care of us, but big pharma is there to make sure that you stay alive longer, but you're sick the whole damn time that you're here because they sell you on medication that does not heal anyone. It just prolongs it just treats symptoms, okay? Prolongs your life so that you can continue to fatten the pockets of people that don't care about you. Okay? When it comes to immunizations, I've looked into that. It is a done deal. I will not be participating in giving my children them anymore. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm not telling you what you should do. But this is just my choices, okay? This is how you start to shut down and pull yourself out of the matrix, the rabbit hole, whatever you want to say. So we're going to go back to this Disney. There has been many articles brought forth, much information brought forth to say that this guy, this Walt Disney, may have been, and I just use these terms like may and all this other stuff. It's confirmed in my heart, but it may not be in yours. But I am just trying to say that people should pay attention to the source and the foundation of these things that we are letting into our homes, that you are indoctrinating your children with, and we need to pay a little bit more attention. and start to really focus on what the hell is going on. Okay. So right here we have to the left Ariel. We have this little person. We have this being here in the middle. Um, just to keep everything cordial, I'll just use that term when I'm talking about anyone when it comes to these folks that are in, what do you want to call it? Hollywood, okay? So, and that's your pastors, that's all of them. All of them can kick rocks. So, you have to also remember this the okay, we're not even going to go there. Let's continue to talk about this. And then we have a little chocolate Ariel here right here to the right. Now, okay, we have this. I guess people are trying to make fun and say if this was about if Ariel would do, a black girl would do the movie, this is what their perception of it is. Okay. So, again, the haves have the have-nots fighting over a cartoon character, okay? They like to play us on race because everybody gets so emotional about race. They do. Doesn't happen to me. Somebody can call me a nigger, yes, with the ER on it at the end, today to my face, and it will not affect me because I know who I am and because I've come a long way to prove who I am. And I know that that is just a term that has been given to, and people still use it in order to get you to a certain place, and nobody can get me to that place anymore because I have seen not the light, but I am to a place in my life where nobody can really alter the way that I think about me and mine. Okay. So, what I'm going to say to all of you is if I were to have an opinion about this situation, Ariel was white. Why would we now go? And now, so-called people are talking about reparations. There's a lot of talk about this whole race thing going on in the country today. I believe that they are trying to push us towards a race war. Okay. But on that note, when I'm looking at this girl Ariel in this movie, let them keep her. If she was white before, keep her white. If you want to do a so-called black Ariel, first of all, her hair should look more something like this girl or this being, okay, on the screen. To me, it should not look like this, okay? And you can do a whole separate movie with a whole different series of this American Indian or so-called black mermaid. Why are you so happy with getting the leftovers of somebody else? And anyway it goes, if we so mad at the white man, why we so busy running to go see his premieres and go running to see his shows? And he's showing you that he only giving you the leftovers. If that were the case, can't even make you a whole new mermaid girl. Okay? They can't even do that for you. Okay? And we're sitting here arguing about, and we sitting here like, oh yeah, they mad. Oh yeah, go ahead, girl, keep it. Let me tell you one thing. Pedophilia and subliminal messaging runs rampant in Hollywood. Go ahead and do a Google search on inappropriate uh, visuals, inappropriate toys, inappropriate things that are found in Disney movies, even from the days of black and white, with little pokey tools and sticking them on people's butts and things like this. And you will start to maybe have a different approach when it comes to this. For me, if it, okay, okay. For me, the whole thing is tainted once I find out that the foundation was tainted. Do you see what I'm saying? I just did a video about Will Smith on my channel. Okay? He is doing the Aladdin movie. He did something very inappropriate on Ellen, but it doesn't stop there. When I'm watching these people, when I'm watching these things, I'm watching the way they operate, okay? I'm watching the way that they operate, and I'm making mental note of the fact that, okay, that is not cool. That's a children's movie. Why would you even do something like that? And then I'm looking at the comments of people spreading love. Oh, he's so funny. I love him and Ellen. And da da da. And I'm just thinking, did nobody get that? And then we wonder where we are when it comes to this whole thing of all these different versions of sexuality that are being poured upon the minds of our children these days. It didn't just start today. Let me tell you that. It started a long time ago. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get to the point. We're going to get to the point where I'm going to show you a small article. And I'm not even going to read the whole thing. You can read it on your own. Okay. But I'm just going to show you a tiny little piece of it. The above caption reflects the title of a recently published book written by journalists Peter and Rochelle. The authors assert that this is not a volume which conveys their personal opinions. Rather, it is a labor of strict journalism. Okay. They did an investigation study on the Disney enterprise in preparations for their book. They interviewed hundreds of former and current Disney employees. They talked extensively, and now this is not my words, this is somebody else's, okay? With law enforcement personnel. They studied hundreds of documents, many of which were reprinted in their book. They admittedly declare that they do not cite anonymous sources. Those who supplied the testimony for this dynamic production were all willing to go on the record. Okay? The primary focus on the book has to do with Walt Disney in Florida. Okay? There are startling revelations indeed. Walt Disney would appear, wait, Walt Disney World apparently has a significant problem with pedophiles, those who abuse children in sexual relationships. Numerous employees, from those who work on the animations to costumes, to costume characters, have been arrested on child molestation charges. Actual County Sheriff reports are included in the book. Moreover, according to official sources connected with Florida law enforcement, the Disney Corporation refuses to address the problem responsibly. Peter states. Okay? Okay? When the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the FBI, and other law enforcement officers set up a task force to train security personnel to run undercover sting operations and share intelligence on pedophiles. Every theme park in Florida signed up except Disney. Okay, a number of law enforcement officials even suggested that Disney has obstructed investigations, including some homicides. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Much of this is really not surprising. It has been known for a good while, for example, that Disney caters to homosexual. Now, this goes out of, you know, this goes off subject to me because whatever. If they want to support gay stuff and that's what's going on in the world today, have at it. Have at it. Okay? Have at it. So this is just a little bit of stuff. I mean, you can do this on your own, okay? You can do this on your own, okay? Is look at this. And then think, do you still want your children watching anything these people have to offer? For me, it's a no. Okay. So let me go down here in this messy little spot right here and see. Okay. Gay pedophile, August 9th, 2010. Lots of bizarre lore surrounding the legend of Walt Disney just off the top of our heads. We've heard he's a communist. Okay. Let's see. Nazi, fascist, racist, a homosexual, a cryogenetically frozen head. Okay, I don't know. And now, thanks to the new book by Darwin Porter, Okay, we can add pedophile to that list. Okay, the book alleges that Disney was found or fond of trying, excuse me, on his mother's makeup and clothes. Okay, again, hey, to each his own. If this is what you like to do, that's fine. But, excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, further allegations or alleges, okay, that Disney owned a Los Angeles apartment in order to meet with various rent boys, including a man named Ralph Ferguson, who has gone on the record stating that he received $100 for sex from Disney. I'm not sure if they're trying to say that this is him at that age when that happened, but again, okay, you can look this stuff up yourself and do your own research. And here's the real eyebrow raiser. Author Porter also writes that Disney fell in love with young star Bobby Driscoll of the Song of the South in 1946, who also voiced Peter Pan. Okay, which might be another reason that Walt Disney uh, Company wants you to forget the Song of the South ever existed. Okay, Driscoll says he was dropped like garbage when I was no longer a cute little kid and I didn't appeal to Walt anymore. Okay, so again, they talk about a couple other things on here or whatever, but I'm just trying to get you to kind of see, why are we arguing over a situation when this dude clearly could have been a major pedophile and people are still being molested and maybe there's some homicides that are happening at Disney. So I want to ask you again. This is the front of the case for The Little Mermaid. It says 1989. Okay, the first time I saw this, I'm like, oh no, I've never seen that. I had the thing, da 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 da. Matter of fact, I have some downstairs because I sell them online. I was selling VHSs online for Disney movies, okay? And I went ahead and looked at the VHS, and it was definitely on there. I'm thinking this could be photoshopped, okay? So let me just go ahead and, see if I can find something. And no, things like this are hidden. And somebody might say, oh, it just looks like that if you're looking for something. But like I told you before, go online and check out The Lion King and several other images. I've put up images in the past on my Facebook trying to alert people of this, of packaging for bubbles looking like penises, toys. I think there was one with Pocahontas, and the canoe was right by her mouth, and it looked just like a penis. The tubes that the bubbles were in for the Star Wars looked like penises. I don't have time to bring it up here, and I maybe should have pulled it up. Okay, but again, you guys can look for this on your own. So why, again, are we arguing about the skin color? See, this is how these people like to use their tools to stir the pot and to get people to look at something when they should be focusing on other things. Okay? So who cares? I'm not telling you what to do, but the way that I take my power away from giving my power to these type of corporations and these companies and these businesses is by not watching it. I'm going to act like Disney never existed, and if I see something in the store, more than likely, okay, I'm trying to train myself now. I have a granddaughter coming into this world, and I have a a daughter, a young daughter as well. And we don't do Disney in this house. We're just not going to do it anymore. My older daughters may have been exposed to some of this stuff, but again, it's not like she's going to be able to go through life protected, but I am not going to sit her in front of a screen and let her watch this kind of stuff all over. And there's other things. I think Little Mermaid 2, the guy that is marrying them on the boat has a erection. You can find these things on your own. You can take the videos and watch them on your own. They're there. It's there because this is what the people in Hollywood like. Okay? This is what the people that founded this country like. This is deeply embedded in the nation and the fabrics of our society, as well as anything else, or as early back as you even think when we're thinking about the forming of this nation. Okay. So, on that note, if I am showing you this image right here in the middle of this screen, why do you care about what is going on to the left or the right of the screen? Start paying attention, be vigilant, pull your children from in front of these TV screens. This stuff, you think that you're upset because they want to talk about this in school because there is a co uh whatever boys and girls are going to be sharing bathrooms in schools and in public. This is what they have been training all of us with from day one. Subliminal messaging. If you don't believe me, look it up and see how it works. This television is one of the number one reasons why humanity is in the shape that we're in. And if you want to keep on supporting the people that have done bad things, and a lot of you guys are on that kick when it comes to slavery and reparations, the very same people that you are supporting in the family bloodlines and the powerful, so-called powerful people that are or the old money, those are the people that you continue to spend your money with these companies and these corporations. Okay, while you're fighting with everyday so-called white people about reparations and what happened to slaves, when there was only about 5% of people in the South that owned slaves around that time. And those same 5%, you're not hurting them at all. Those banksters, you're not hurting them at all. Pretty sure we all have bank accounts. Mm-hmm. Some of us own homes that we have to get loans for, um, school loans, hmm large tobacco companies that you smoke their cigarettes. Those are the people that owe. If I'm gonna say, if they have a company in their bloodline and their family has been running that country from day one, those are the people that you need to be looking at. And hell, some white folks might have been slaves of these people as well. So you better start looking too. So when we talk about this whole thing, it's going to open up a can of worms. It's going to open up a can of worms, and some people might not like the outcome. All this stuff is deeply embedded in the nation and in the mass manipulation and deception that has gone on with people for the last couple of generations. Do something else with your time. Find something else to do with your children. Teach them how to do something. Teach them some survival skills, something that they can do to start making their own stuff. Do something else with your children. Do something else with them than taking them to these disgusting movies that have these sick images embedded into these things. And it's not just on the cover. There's actual scenes, and you all know that you've been to a Disney movie that had some inappropriate scene or something that would suggest a sexual advance or something that was inappropriate in a movie, and you know you felt it and you maybe snickered and giggled at it in the movie theater. Shame on you. Shame on you. For people to be so free in America, shame on you.